Howdy. Welcome to Practical Principles. This is Practical Prince. Today we're doing Talk and Tarot. I'm going to see if I can do some debugging, so we might get some feedback. Let me know if it gets bad. I mean, I can still hear it, so. But it is what it is. So if we need a switch, we will. But hopefully we can make some progress. Hope you're doing well. And yeah, comment if you have questions. Otherwise, I don't really have much to get ready this time, unless I'm going to stick my headphones in to avoid that loop. I should see if I've got some Bluetooth that might be able to avoid this, I guess. That might be listening, but that's let's see. There we go. Hey, Paige. How's it going? We might have lost Paige already. I hope it's just poor Wi-Fi or something. But that's okay. Let's go ahead and pull this out. Maybe she'll come back. So we've got a deck ready. I guess I can try checking out on our debugging, though that doesn't seem to want to work right now, which is very unfortunate. Okay, sadly that misses the initial load, but it is what it is. And now it doesn't want to be inspected. That's just annoying at best. Hey Amna, I'm doing well. How are you? Yeah. I guess. Excellent. What kind of question is it, I guess? Is it about the proposal itself, about the other person? What do we want to know? It doesn't matter. Okay. And then I can click this. this one just in case. Hola. Okay. So we really just don't know much, if anything, about him. Well, so, I mean, there's sort of two ways. We can either get a read on the person, and then you can take it from there, or we can try to do the proposal as a whole. Oh, so you want to know both anyways. Okay. I'm inclined to start with him as a person. Okay. In which case, is this the one I want? And we'll probably end up switching back and forth. Yeah, okay. Let me get the right mat out. Yep. We'll just lay that on top for now, since we know we're switching back. Pull this one. Okay. And, oh. So for this one, we're focusing on the how he is as a person and a partner. More so how he is as a person. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. It's just very light. Not sure if I'm just having trouble sensing the cards. Or if we don't need cards. Maybe we don't need this question is what I'm thinking. Yeah, let me check if we need cards. Okay, do we have a reason why? Best I can tell, there's a missing due diligence in learning about this person. So I'll go ahead and flash this. Hola. But yeah, no cards for how they are as a person. So I don't know if... Oh, that wasn't big. My bad. Oh, and it's black. That is unfortunate. Let me go ahead and refresh. We'll see if that fixes it. I'm wondering if I should debug. Yeah. Go ahead and drop your questions in. We're just doing them in order. But yeah, so they're not speaking to how he is as a person, whether that's because we need to do more research on our own. That seems the likely answer, but I didn't get a strong reason, so that is still showing as black, isn't it? I can see it on the camera, but yeah, okay, let's get out of this entirely and hop back into Studio. Okay, there we go. Now we can see our camera. Okay. Yeah, I mean, we can do either or both. So we'll just... Oh, phew. I was worried that stopped. But so yeah, now we'll focus on the proposal itself, whether that's good or bad. And for that, let me switch to my other deck. Set this aside. Keep that one out. Okay. And the proposal itself. And it just takes me a bit to sense what cards are involved in it. So if I'm quiet, don't get too worried. I'm just doing what I need to do. Okay. Feels like it's coming out as a yes no sort of thing. Is that good? Sufficient. Are we getting any extra information or no? we'll just see if we get it in response to, or well, if we have questions. So bring that up. Oh, we'll need to make it big again. And Five of Swords. Pretty sure that's a no. Page of Swords. I'll have to check on that one. Not quite sure. And then Four of Pentacles. That's probably a no too, if we're being honest. Oh, we lost our music. Tragic. Let me go ahead and pull up the guide we're referencing for this. I'm sure you'll be able to see it, but yeah, Five of Swords is a no. Page of Swords is a yes, but then the Four of Pentacles. Oh, that's one. That's an okay one. So I must be thinking of the five. Yeah, Four of Pentacles would be yes. So that puts us in the two yeses and a no. Positive outcome is likely, but may take time to come about. So this might be, I know it's arranged and whatnot, but it might take a little while if you wanted to go down that route and whatnot. So yeah, I mean, we already know that we can't really get a read on them, but yeah. Yeah, we couldn't get a read on their personality and whatnot, so we know there's some stuff to do there, but it just might take a little while to settle into that. So, seems promising. I'm going to go ahead and make these small again. Okay, yeah. Vajera, if you've got your specific question, drop that in. Xiaojing 96. We've got love or career, and we can do both. That should be fine. U.S. Marine. I haven't seen your question. Same for Paige. So if you guys have one, go ahead and drop that in. I'll just try to do you in the order that you came in. And in this case, so I still haven't seen Marine's question. I'll go ahead and do Zhaojing. Love or career reading. And there's no reason we can't do both. Admittedly, it's probably two readings, but it is what it is. No problem. Okay. Since I've already got the Destiny deck out, I'm inclined to do the love reading first. Yeah, this is the right one. Sometimes they mix it up, but otherwise my decks specialize in a sense. And I wonder if we're able to... Yeah, that's not showing up, which is tragic. Okay. So, love for shouting. Okay. Here. And we'll see. Where's this one go? I'll double check, but yeah, that's probably where. Over here. Let's see. Okay, that's fine. Is there more we want to mix in here? Do we have more cards? Oh, hey, Chris. Sorry, Xiaojing. It just takes me a while to sense which cards are involved. So, yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. Oh, and that was representing that. Let me slide that down. Yeah, so is this? Yeah, there's a few people right now, but yeah, go ahead and put your question in. We're just going to do them in order. So. Yeah, no, that works as influence. Okay. Do we have more? No problem. Or are we good? Okay. So let's look at our cards. So this card represents you, which I don't usually get in a love reading, but this will probably give us something about your current state as far as romance goes. We've got somebody. Okay. So this will describe the person. This is an influence in their life. This is intentions towards you, and then their feelings towards you. So starting with them and working over. Seven of Cups. Interesting. Full of potential, but hard to pick a path. It deals with confusion. You've got different possibilities, but it's hard to tell which ones are fake. That's the issue with the Seven of Cups. Um, reality versus fantasy. Let me shift that out. What have we got here? The sun? Yeah. So a very positive card. Uh, Basically a benevolent influence in their life, helping them out. So that's good. Good for them at least. Intentions towards you. The chariot. Um, there's a certain speed with the chariot. It's a very active card, forward moving. So they're wanting to get somewhere with you, which is promising. And then what have we got for their feelings towards you? King of Wands. This one I'll want to double check on. Inspiring and worldly. Yeah, I haven't got that in the context of a love reading for a while. And then for yourself, Two of Wands, partnership and options. So some choices going on there. Okay, we'll do Moon. So yeah, I can read up on the Two of Wands so that you've got a clearer picture of yourself. And then I also want to read on the King of Wands for their feelings towards you, just to get a better read on that. So let's set this down, pull this up. And let's start with the King. There we go. A father archetype brings about structure, authority, and order. When this card comes up in a reading, a powerful outcome is about to be revealed. You have mastery over your passions. This card can represent a person or people in your life who have traveled the world and experienced many cultures. And a lot of this isn't as relevant, given that this is representing feelings towards you. A person of great wisdom, high standards, and great authority. This may also be a time to express yourself and your ideas. They will be well received. You are attracting the right people in your life. Stay on your spiritual journey, speak your truth, and balance this with the material world. So as far as the things that are speaking, I mean, they've already got the influence of the sun blessing their life, so the fact that you've entered their life, they see that very positively. Um, and really, the only other thing standing out is that you're a person with high standards. Um, so this part here. So, yeah. So that's what we got from the king. And now for the two, representing yourself. Oh, everything. There we go. No, that. Two of Wands. Represents the achievement of a goal. There are two wands illustrated on either side of a sunburst, which is situated between these wands. This forms a Roman numeral 2, which signifies a portal, a doorway to another realm. You are moving forward into this portal, taking the next step. The two illustrated wands also represent the two aspects of your situation. What helps you on your journey? What issues hold you back? Plan to move forward. This can be a card of choices. Which path will you choose? Great opportunities are being revealed. Use your higher wisdom to guide you. So, not bad. Yeah, there's the pressing forward in a sense, which I think you're trying to do. And it's, yeah, just focusing on what helps, what hinders, and then proceeding accordingly to either address it or take advantage of it. So, yeah, making progress. This was love life. So we started with love. Marwa, go ahead and ask your question. We just have a lot of people all of a sudden. So, yeah, so this was just love life. Did that clear it up for you? Yeah. I mean, if you don't see them already, yeah. I mean, we got a person in there. So I would expect somebody coming in. And now for the career one. Seems like we're going to use the Destiny deck for that too. Oh, you're good. Okay, so now we're going to do the career reading. I guess before that, let me go ahead and catch people up. So we've got another one for Xiaojing. We haven't heard from Paige or Marine. Vijera, if you've got your question, go ahead and drop that in. You would be next. Following Vijera, no problem. And we've still got your career rating, but let me go through. Empress would be after Vijera, Moon after there, and then Marwa. In fact, let me go ahead and keep a list so I don't have to keep double checking. So, Jean, Vijera, Empress, Marwa. Okay. Okay. And so now for career. Yeah. There. What do we have? Okay. Do we have more? Further down. Yeah. So, I mean, this actually streams to a number of platforms. So it's on YouTube, it's on Facebook. So, yeah, I mean, it's almost immediately available. And on Twitch, at least, it's available for a little bit. I think Twitch only keeps it for so long, but yeah, it'll hang out there in the digital world for forever. Are we good? Okay, do we have a timeline? Nope. Okay, so it's just 4 different aspects. Okay. So for career, we've got these cards, and these are just 4 different aspects. Sometimes we get like a timeline of what to expect, but not in this case. So 10 of Cups, emotionally fulfilling, celebratory note on that. The Hanged Man, a change in perspective. Page of Pentacles, visionary and good news. And then Ace of Wands, soul purpose, life change. Interesting. Yeah, and I might just want to read through all of these, but I didn't necessarily get these in an order, which is interesting because, I mean, it could have definitely worked in that regard. Because, yeah, for 10 of Cups, like, there's a satisfying conclusion on an emotional level. So, yeah. So, a celebratory point. The Hanged Man, you're having a change in perspective. It's not as negative as the visual sounds. But yeah, I mean, there's a shift in your worldview, what you value, stuff like that. Well, maybe not what you value, but in how you're perceiving the world. So it can lead to a value change. Page of Pentacles, I mean, it's one of the more auspicious cards, not necessarily the most, but you've got visionary and good news. So I don't know what you might be expecting. I don't know that you have to be expecting something, but I mean, you've got foresight. You can, in a sense, lead with the visionary skill set. So, and I mean, with the good news, I would expect you have that opportunity, whether now or it's coming. With our Ace of Wands, I mean, you're doing what you want to do. I don't know if you found your purpose, but and maybe that's the Hanged Man leading you to that, mixed with the Page of Pentacles, maybe with the visionary. But yeah, you'll be working in alignment with who you are and what you were meant to do here. So very positive stuff on the career front. Yeah. Okay. Let me go ahead and set that down. Wondering how it plays out. I think we would all like to know that. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, this one was even more affirmative, I guess. Because, I mean, with the love, you had your choices and whatnot, but that only makes sense. Hey, Hope. I mean, you had the Two of Wands. So there's a sense of choices, but I mean, the Two of Wands, at least when we were reading it, was just pretty forward moving. I mean, like, there's the choice to stay or the choice to go, but you were very much go forward, improve. So, yeah. And I think that's going to happen naturally, just given how that came out. So, okay, let me go ahead and put this in its box. Yeah. Yeah, there wasn't, I mean, yeah, no problem. Yeah, it'll be fine. Next on the list, we've got Vajera. Did we get your question? did. So yeah, Vajera, if you're still on, need your question. We'll give that a moment, but I'm going to check who's next just in case. After Vajera would be Empress. Let's find her. Empress Lacey. Okay. Yeah, Vajera hasn't got us a question, so let's go on with Empress. And this is 2 as well, but I'd rather focus on the, if anything, spiritual. Yeah, that's going to be a Cosmo reading. Oops, sorry about the noise. So we'll be using the Cosmo deck. And if for some reason we don't get anything, then yeah, we can try reading for how your day will go. But the content of the day doesn't matter so much if you're the kind of person that can handle it regardless. So okay. So spiritual messages from Empress Lacey. Did we get all the cards? Okay. We'll center that just for clarity. Because it was big. Yeah. Yeah, okay. So 3 cards. This one has the biggest weight, and then we go down from there, spiraling out. Yes. So I can't remember. It's either going to be oh no, Practical Prince, I think is the name of the channel. Um, so you can find it that way. Um, 9 of trees, so that's our big one. The maze. I'll have to check on that. And then 5 of birds. So this would normally be 9 of pentacles. So that's a pretty good one. 5 of birds, not so good. But again, this was the lesser one. The maze, I'll just have to double check. This deck uses different names, so, and I don't have the numbers memorized. So let me go ahead and set this down. I don't have a digital guide for this one. I just have a book. So yeah, let's start with the 9 of trees. That was the heavy one, the more important. Sophistication, stability, luxury. The Grand Palace is a visual representation of the sophistication, stability, and luxury that comes with hard work. When this card appears, it is a symbol of great wealth approaching. Whatever you have been diligently working towards is about to transform into physical reward. Pamper yourself. Enjoy the finer things in life. There is nothing wrong with imbibing in your prosperity. The challenge here is to not let the material aspects of success swallow you completely. Stay humble and remember that things were not always this way. So, yeah, good things coming materially. So celebrate as appropriate, but don't forget, yeah, what got you there. Um, Going on to the next one, the maze. Wasn't it? Oh, there we go. So this is normally temperance, compromise, balance, expectations. As you walk by another spiral in the maze, you hear a sound calling you towards the center. It doesn't feel perfect, but it fits, and you've grown tired of looking. This card shows up when it is time to make a compromise. Expectations do not always meet reality, and that is just a fact of life. Sometimes the outcome is not what you were hoping for, and a compromise is in order. Take the middle road and celebrate that you made it out of the maze at all. So, yeah, I mean, that was pretty straightforward. I would just read that. Yes, and yes. Okay. 5 of birds, and this was the lighter one. Normally 5 of swords. Unbridled ambition, win at all costs, sneakiness. The brawling birds are too caught up in victory to notice their surroundings. The one defending its own nest is losing the fight and knocking its future fledgling out of existence. This card has showed up to let you know that a win at all costs mentality is never the right approach. Even if it may feel like you are coming out ahead, you are still losing something with this mode of thinking. Ambition is only a good quality when it brings positivity with it. So yeah, that's almost a continuation of the maze, which, I mean, that had a strong theme of compromise. I mean, this one's warning you that you have the wrong mindset. Again, these were lighter things than the 9 of trees, but I don't know that you really need to worry about the 9 of trees much. So, given that this is what you're working on, if you want to, yeah. So, being more open minded, allowing for some give and take. Yeah. Okay. Excellent. And let me add Callum. And after Empress, we've got Moonstar. No problem. Glad I could help. future forecast. I assumed we were asking about the full 2-3 years, not just in 2-3 years what's happening. So I'll just proceed on that assumption for now. Correct me if I'm wrong. Then which deck is that going to be? There we go. It's not Cosmo. Yeah, I think we're going to do Prisma. We can try checking, yeah. Oh, and 10 clovered. Okay. You asked about a test before, didn't you? I'm pretty sure it was what you put in is what you'll get out. Admittedly, that was months ago at this point. But yeah, I think we just ran out of time in the stream you were asking, so I followed up on the next one. Don't know if you saw that. But yeah, let me go ahead and add you to the list. And we're on Moonstar. Okay, and we've got it up. Okay. Yeah, we're doing okay on time. I just got to be better about my time limits. So when it gets too late, got to let people know I can't get to it. But we don't have too many right now. But you never know how long a reading is going to take. Or at least I never know. Yeah, let me just go over the list right now. So we're doing Moonstar right now. We've got Marwa next, Callum after that, and then you would be right here. So you would be fourth if you're including this person right now. And of course, if you need to go, like, I can still answer it. It'll just be on the video and you can check that later. So, yeah. And this is 2 to 3 years forecast. What have we got going? Both of the cards. Is that what you meant? Yeah, okay. Do, do, do. Let's see, what have we got? Yeah, no, not those. Oops. Let me just set these aside. Oh, there goes our phone. Okay. I feel like I need to do a stream just to debug that issue. Maybe I should ask for a test account so that I can play with it. Do I have... No, not right there at least. Anything else we've got? Keep going. At the end, what we got? Okay. I think that's it. Yes, we want our camera back. And we don't want my fingers. We want to see the cartoons. Good. Yeah, okay. Did we find them all? Okay, and do we have a sense of order? At least top to bottom, right? Okay. So we've got, oh, I don't know how this is going to fit, but let's go ahead and get that up there. Let's see if we can catch them all. So this is the top proceeding forward through time. I get the sense you've got two different starting points you could be picking between. And then these future events are more fixed, I guess, but there's something of a choice here. These are both tempered pairs. So there's the primary card in front, and then the card behind it moderates it. This one, same thing, but to a lesser degree. And let's go ahead and flip. The Empress, tempered by Two of Wands. So strong female energy. And there's the options and whatnot. Wheel of Fortune, auspicious but involving change, tempered by, more so, by King of Pentacles, which very capable. Oh yeah, go ahead and, did you not already ask it? I forgot. Yeah, because you dropped in earlier. So I think we would end up doing you no, after Marwa. So yeah, go ahead and ask your question, and I'll get you in the right place on the list. Topaz, that would bump you to 5. Sorry, I missed that. But yeah, not bad cards. I kind of want to reread the Two of Wands to see how that's tempering the Empress. But I mean, you've got strong feminine versus mixing it up in a sense, is what I'm getting. So, um, I mean, change is the theme of the Wheel of Fortune, but also very positive. And then the King of Pentacles says that you would have the power to do it. So, to me, this feels active. Um, this might be a more passive route, I guess, but Two of Wands. I mean, we just saw that had themes of progression, at least when in that reading. In this case, it might be options. Going on, though, I mean, Seven of Wands, you're executing the plan and sticking to it. You might stumble and make mistakes every now and then. The route can be somewhat precarious, but it doesn't stop you from getting back on and pursuing that ultimate goal. So, if you don't have one, well, this indicates that you would at some point, whether it's romantic or career or who knows what. I can see that going a couple different ways. And then further on, we've got Knight of Wands. That one I'm going to have to double check. Yeah, I'll have to double check on that one. So let me look at the Two of Wands, and then I'll skip down to the Knight of Wands since I'm less certain on that one. Yes. Go ahead and drop your question in, Sundia. The list is getting a little long, though, so I'm just not quite sure how we're going to do on time. So we'll just see as we get there. But yeah, Two of Wands for that clarity, and then the Knight of Wands. Let's read up on those. Don't want to pass it by. One more. There we go. Two of Wands. Okay. Planning, looking ahead, clear mind. Divine inspiration without tangible manifestation is a beautiful dream. Careful planning is the stoic, immutable foundation of any newfound enterprise. Be level-headed and down to earth. Practice self-discipline and good sense. But never forget how anointed you felt when you drew that first bolt toward you. Your unique creativity and passion are about to serve a great purpose. Be you. By daring to show your truest self, you will attract the people you need toward you. So, yeah. Still active in a sense, but yeah, you're capitalizing on your feminine nature somewhat. Yeah. And then Knight of Wands. Let's see where this gets to. The page. Confidence, surge of energy, passion. The Knight of Wands may portend of a surge in confidence and energy, the fire catching from the spark of the page. But do not depend on the initial fervent swell to see you through to the end. Ultimately, a disciplined strategy will pay greater dividends than a short-lived burst of enthusiasm. Focus on the vision at hand and ask yourself if you are being passionate or merely brash. So, cautionary tale further down the line. I mean, going down the route of the Empress with the Two of Wands, this might be less of an issue. I would see it more for the Wheel of Fortune route. Just because that doesn't necessarily have the planning that would help prevent this, the discipline. It's not necessarily a bad thing. Because, I mean, it's positive. There's that burst, so to speak. But it's like winning the lottery and then spending all the money potentially. So you just want to be careful when that happens, that you can maintain or sustain as appropriate. There is. I just maintain it myself since I'm streaming to multiple places. But I can add you. I just don't know if we'll be able to get to you because we've got a fairly long line now. So we're doing Marwa's question next, then Hope, then Callum, then Topaz, Sunbia, and Farilo. If you want a question answered, we would do it then. But we've only got 50 or so minutes left, so it sort of depends on how fast these readings go. And if not, we can always catch it another stream or do it offline or something. Let me go find Marwa's question. May I ask a question? Oh, did she not actually ask it? Okay, no problem. Just wanted to let you know before you hung on for forever, just in case. Yeah, it looks like Marwa never put in her question, so we'll go ahead and move on to Hope. When will I meet my soulmate? Well, let's see what we can get. Yeah, that's going to be a Destiny deck question. So let me shuffle this a little. Drop that in there and get ready. Okay. The wind tends to be tricky for me, but we'll see what we can get. Yeah, that's fine. That's more. Okay. Okay. So we've got a tempered pair. This seems to be our main signal for like win. Um, so we've got the primary card, and then it's moderated by the secondary card behind it. This seems to be qualifying in some way. So main gist will come here. Queen of Swords, intellectual perfectionist, tempered by Three of Wands, action, adventure. Okay, I think I can see where that's going. I want to read the actual things anyways. Joya. Yeah. I mean, this is basically, it's very much in your control. Let me go ahead and set that down. The queen is a bit of a planner. Smart, can see through and choose correctly. Tempered by the Three of Wands. I mean, that's a very active card. So, I mean, you're using your intellect to make forward progress. And then Goddess Joya, that's unique to this deck, but her thing is the one of the master manifestors, able to make it happen. So we didn't really get when. It's sort of when you decide to do it and make it a priority. So we'll read through just in case. I might skim to be quick. Represents the mind aspect of the mother archetype. The energy of this card is that of a highly ambitious, single-minded, astute strategist. This card is about assessing a situation quickly to get to the truth. There's a need for attention to detail associated with this energy. Also known as the Widow, this card represents a strong female energy that has a powerful presence. It doesn't indicate you being a widow. Comes up in a reading when there is a need to see the bigger picture of a situation. It asks you to take charge and make your decisions with wisdom, intelligence, and perspective while following your sharp instincts. You will not be led astray. So again, taking an active role, making a plan and following through on it. Tempered by the Three of Wands, represents expansion arising from a passionate heart. This card is a good fortune card, which reveals that your projects and relationships will thrive. You are about to embark upon an intense period of activity where you may be inundated with messages and communications from others, which, if you're throwing yourself into it, makes a lot of sense. This is a time of great self-expression. It's also a card of travel and embarking on a new venture. It invites you to expand your horizons and open to something new and unexpected in your work, your relationships, and your projects. Individuality is highly favored. Do not be afraid to be the unique person you are. So yeah, I mean, really putting yourself out there. And then Goddess Joya, or I don't like if I can do it that way. So I've got Joya. There we go. The Master Manifester, or the Master Builder. It's clear that in whatever you are working on, you must be an inspirational presence. It is very powerful in a reading because it talks about your impact in whatever you are seeking. This card shows up to remind you that you have an enhanced ability to apply your spiritual understanding to your life. You are a visionary. You will have the ability to make it happen, to turn the dreams into a reality, and to build whatever structures are necessary to create the success you are striving for. So, yep. Basically, when you want it, make it happen. Howdy. So Zakeen and Miss, gosh, what is that? Ace, go ahead and drop your questions in. I'm just not sure I'll have enough time, just to let you know. So if we can get there, we will. Otherwise, just plan on the next stream or something like that. So yeah, it does. Not necessarily the answer you want, but it's the truth. So, and let's see. So that was Hope. Now Callum's turn. And he just wants a general read. And so just to quickly go over the list, Callum now, Topaz next, Sunbia, Farlo, I think, dropped off because we weren't sure we could get to her. And then Zakine and Miss Ace, if we have time, you would be next after that. Okay, yeah, that's fine. And Callum wants a general. And which deck is that? Yeah, I think that's Prisma. Okay. There we go. So let's put this one back. Get our other deck ready. Yeah. Just one. Okay. Do we have things we want to see? Yeah, we do. Okay. And then what was that other one? Just takes me a bit to sense. Which cards are involved, which sadly probably eats most of our time. I mean, unless there's difficulty understanding, because then there can be some back and forth. But yeah, it's me finding and then figuring out where they belong. Okay, yeah. So, Callum, we got two cards. This one's the focus, but I don't get a strong sense of greater than. So, I mean, both pretty relevant. We've got the Devil that deals with materialism and addiction. And then we've got the Six of Pentacles. So, I'll have to double check on that one. I don't get it as much, but and we'll read both anyways. So yeah, let me go ahead and set this down and pull that up. So we'll start with the Devil. Temptation, materialism, avoiding self. There are many reasons to dwell in false realities. More often than not, it is out of sheer convenience. Life is not amazing, but it's comfortable. Maintaining the status quo is easier than confronting any deep seated issues that are quietly eroding your sanity. The devil is, in fact, a counterpoint to temperance. Something is out of balance, but you lack the courage or acuity to address it. To break the serpent's gaze means acknowledging where you truly are, and that can be discomfiting. Ask yourself if avoiding a harsh truth is worth living in a distorted dream world. I mean, the other thing that I don't think they emphasize is that the out of balance, it's kind of slight. Uh, I mean, it's like the hourglass. I mean, you get a little dribble, and eventually over time, it somehow all gets down at the bottom. Same sort of thing with the devil. It doesn't seem like a big issue per se, but over time it builds up. So you'll have to use your best judgment as far as figuring out what that is and addressing it. Let's see if the Six of Pentacles is of any help. Excess generosity, paying it forward. After many struggles and painful learning experiences, life has granted you the luxury of excess. When this happens, don't be greedy and keep the wealth to yourself. Give freely, never forgetting your own hard times that have brought you to this day. Alternatively, if you are in need of charity, don't be too proud to receive it. Often life will restore its equilibrium without your consent, when you are least prepared. Therefore, if you find someone willing to tip the scale back in your favor, don't hesitate. You will pay back the debt in full when you're better off. So, don't necessarily know which side you're on, and it could be both. There's definitely a social aspect involved there. So, and that might help with your devil by being engaged with people so that you can give and or receive. Do we have anything else in particular that can help with the devil? Yeah, I mean, really, that's just going to be reflection to dwell on that, to try and figure that out. So, yep. Okay. So that was Callum. Now we've got Topaz, the test. Okay. Will you be able to get the highest score? Which is interesting. Because, I mean, sometimes you don't need the high. Well, I don't know the context. I don't know the specific test. So maybe it is super important that it be 100% or whatever the equivalent is. But let me set that there. Which one are we using? Wait, that I just need that one again. Okay. Okay, and this will probably, just given the way you phrased it, it'll probably come out a yes, no. And there's a 3-card spread. That's usual for me. You might have seen it earlier on the guide. It offers a little more granularity than just yes, no, but and if there's extra information, I'll let you know. And do we have anything else? Okay, let's set that aside. Oh. Yeah, so let me go ahead and show the spread real quick. We did get extra information, but we flip the cards, they get categorized, and then based on the combination, it's one thing or the other. So, along with that, this one seems to have a good bit of extra information. This one lightly so, and this one's just filling out our yes no. So, we'll get to that. 10 of chalices, Knight of chalices, Ace of chalices. I'm pretty sure that's a yes. So let me check real quick. But yeah, 10, Knight, and Ace. Yeah. So definitely yes is what we're getting. As far as the extra information, so the Knight of chalices deals a lot with ups and downs. More like a roller coaster, but embracing it and going along with it, along for the ride, in a sense. So I don't know if that might just be personal advice for you. And then we've got a note on the 10 of chalices. But let me read that one. I mean, there's celebration, but yeah, I'm just not as familiar with it. And I can go ahead and set that one down. And again, this was a lighter one, but still relevant. Oh, too far. Oh, there we go. Bliss, harmony, alignment with others. Reminds us that life can be a simple, unadulterated pleasure. Supported by family, our beliefs, our traditions, and our values, we can live in calm unity with each other. Our emotions link us to the supple lifeblood of the universe. Love connects us all. Life connects us all. We are one. So, yeah. This one focuses on being in alignment with other people. So, and in a sense, embracing emotions, which is also what the Knight of Chalices does. So, yeah. So, I mean, given the yes and given the other things, like, I guess the only concern is the Knight of Chalices. There's going to be that downward swing at some point. So, make sure you're along for the ride and don't fall off. So, yep. So, that was Topaz. We did Hope, so Sungia, I believe. What can I expect next week? what are we going to use to answer that? So we're also using Prisma for this. Oh, Sunbla? Sorry, yeah. It's hard for me to tell lowercase l's and i's apart. If it's an uppercase I can usually figure that out, but Sunbla? Yeah. Sure, I can still mess it up, but anyways. Expecting next week. Okay. That's a very short time frame. Okay. Is there more? I think we might be good. There's probably a little more, but this is what they're willing to highlight with me. So we've got 2 cards, or well, 2 things, 3 cards. This is a tempered pair, so the primary card moderated by the card behind it. Yeah, let's just go ahead. 4 of Pentacles, that deals with themes of greed. Ooh, 3 of Swords, tempered by 4 of Chalices. Ooh, next week is not very uplifting. So we'll start here. The 3 of Swords is a reality check, a rough reality check. But I mean, the silver lining of this card is, well, you now know reality a bit better and can plan and act accordingly. And that's the main gist. Tempered by 4 of Chalices. Is this the... Yeah, it seems like you're going to become a bit disconnected because of it. That shock is, yeah. I mean, 4 of Chalices has themes of apathy. That's the strong one that stands out to me. So when you get this check, yeah, it's going to shock you, disconnect you in a sense. Let me read on the 4. There might be advice for connecting with people, but I'll have to double check. And then, yeah, 4 of Pentacles. The thing here, I'm not sure if that's... Yeah, this might be yourself as well as others. You keeping... it's hard to say, because this could be a form of the apathy where you're keeping to yourself. I don't know if it's something else potentially you're withholding, but then other people are going to be, well, greedy and hold on to, I don't know what, but withhold something from you. Whether or not they should or shouldn't, I don't know, but I mean, the greed would suggest that they can let it go. That's not necessarily our place to call. Yeah. Yeah, so that's the Four of Pentacles. Let me check the Four of Chalices if we've got advice for that. Hey, Kanyapriya. Hello, Shar, and hello, Sai? Sol? I just can't. The I's and the L's. It's so hard to tell. Let me set this aside. And let's check the Four of Chalices real quick. Oh. If you find yourself, stir things up within yourself. Resist the urge to settle. So the suggestion is to mix it up as far as avoiding and trying to get out of that. So sigh. Okay, now I can see the I in the other text. So Shar, Kanyapriya, do you have the exact same image as... No, that was another one. Okay. And Sai. No problem. And good luck. Not that it'll be the worst thing ever, but definitely not fun. So right now I've already got Far Illo dropped off. I don't think I got Zakin's question. If he's on, go ahead and drop your question in. But yeah, if they're both off, we've got Miss Ace, and then yeah, we might have time for a few more readings after that. So let me go ahead and add you guys. And gosh, Sai, right? Yeah, Sai. Okay, yeah, and I think we're just going to skip to your question because I don't think the others dropped one in. That's just the hard part of not knowing how long a reading is going to take. So hard to plan. How can I be more connected with my feminine emotional side? Okay. Kind of specific, Kanyapriya. Yeah, I mean, if we want to, we might want to work that question a bit, but that's fine. And then we have size question, so that's good. And we have sharp. Okay. Perfect. For Miss Ace. Yeah, that's fine. I want to use the Lost Forest. And it's okay. I prefer the contrast with the Destiny deck mat, but it is what it is. It doesn't have its own mat, so I don't need to swap it out. I just like the black against the pinkish, reddish. Okay. How to be more connected. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Well, so Kanye Priya, the answer might be you don't get rid of them. That's the thing. Your question assumes that you can and or do, but yeah. And maybe that's well founded, so I don't know. Um, but that's the part that I'll need to work through. But let me focus on ace. Do we have more cards? Is that it? Okay, not bad. Um, we just got one tempered pair, so real easy to focus on when there's only one next step. Okay. So a tempered pair. This is the primary card, but then it's moderated by the card behind it. So 2 of fire, that would normally be 2 of embers, tempered by 7 of oceans. Okay. So we've got that. Let me go ahead and set this down. Get this cable out of my way for a bit at least. And this guide is brief. It's really just keywords. So let's open this way. So the 2 of fire, incubating ideas, progress, future planning. So, I mean, that's, yeah, if anything, that's organizing yourself along the time axis. So, and then the tempering part, 7 of oceans, choices, wishful thinking, illusion. Sorry, just trying to get a stronger sense of what the message is. Yeah, I mean, so maybe this strikes you better than it does me, but we're really organizing, scheduling, calendaring, however you want to view it, your life along the time axis, whether that's using a calendaring app or a calendaring book or scheduling, whatever. Um, I guess this has seemed wishy-washy for you, or maybe that's the wrong word. Far more fluid and hard to nail down. And I mean, the 7 is saying well, that it's fake. That's not really the case. So, yeah, yeah. So, I mean, firming up your scheduling practices, really. Maybe you've got more time than you realize, or you can prioritize the things that you feel you don't usually have any time for. So, how that feeds into the feminine slash emotional, your guess is as good as mine. I mean, my mother is called the Oracle because she keeps the master schedule um, as far as all things family related. So, you might be slipping into a similar role. But yeah, yeah, so that's our answer there. I know it feels very pragmatic for what you were asking, but that's what we got. Yeah, I can totally see how it could get there. Um, it's just not necessarily the first thing I would associate with feminine or emotional. So, yeah. So, yeah, as long as you're not dismissive, because that would be the worst, getting your answer and then being like, I don't like that. But, yeah, no problem. Um, okay, so that was Ace. Let's go on to Shar, then Kanya Priya. Excuse me, then Sai. Hey, Sai. Sorry, I feel like some people might just be listening just a little bit. Um, how does G feel about me being gone? Complicated relationship. Okay. um, yeah, that's going to be Destiny deck. Let me set this one aside. I mean, sometimes it would be Prisma, but our feelings are involved. This one gets a little more precedence. Okay. Oh, sorry. But yeah, I mean, we're just trying to get a read on G, really. How they're feeling with respect to you. Okay. Them themselves. I think so. Okay. That's fine. There is the next one. A bit further. Oh, okay. It's just in a place I didn't expect it, but I mean, it makes sense. So let me, just in case, set those aside. Do we have some more? Yeah, okay. So a little further. Let me set these aside. Okay. Okay. What have we got? Is that just the one? Okay. Is this? I think we've been through all the cards at this point, so did we have them all? Yeah, we should be fine. And switch to, sorry, the camera restarted. So, and let's make that bigger. So our different cards, this is G. So that'll give us some insight into them. This card represents an influence, but also to an extent his thoughts. It's not necessarily directed towards you, but that's what's going on right there. These are from his perspective, the relationship and you. So how he's seeing the relationship, how he's seeing you. So for him, we've got King of Wands, inspiring and worldly are the notes there. Up in the headspace, we've got Nine of Swords. So anxiety, worry. So lots of concern going on. Whether it's like, the hard part is I don't know if it's like a mental thing, mental health, if it's that bad, or if it's just an extra anxiety, worry going on right now, and that he's normally well balanced. That I'm not sure about. As far as how he's viewing things, Wheel of Fortune. So, I mean, it was a positive relationship, but I mean, there's change associated with that. So, looks like moving, changing on. And then for you, what is that? Sorry with the glare, it's hard for me. Knight of Pentacles. Yeah. Detailed, committed. So yeah, I mean, it's not bad having attention to detail as a perk, but yeah, yeah. I mean, the relationship was good. It was a good thing that it happened, but it's changing. We're moving on. So I'm not seeing this person coming back. So I don't know that how they view you is too relevant. That's more informative, I guess, than anything. The Nine of Swords is interesting. Um, yeah, the anxiety and worry. I mean, okay. So I guess they haven't fully learned the lessons. They haven't finished coming to terms with it. Um, that doesn't change the Wheel of Fortune. This is stuff, excuse me, he can continue to reflect on, solidify, and learn from. So that's what's going on in that headspace. And then, yeah, I can read the King of Wands, and I kind of want to, so I think I will. But I think we've got the gist of how he's feeling, how he's doing. I mean, there's a sense of second guessing, but it's not that strong. Let's read up on his King of Wands. Other archetype brings about structure, authority, and order. A powerful outcome is about to be revealed. You have mastery over your passions, can represent a person or people who has traveled and experienced many cultures. Great wisdom, high standards, and great authority. This may also be a time to expand. They will be well received. You are attracting the right people in your life. Stay on your spiritual journey. Speak your truth and balance this with the material world. Yeah. I mean, not a bad person, um, but they are moving forward. So, yeah, I wouldn't chase after this person. And that's okay. I mean, it happens, but yeah. Yeah. And that's fine. He's chalked it up as a learning experience at this point. Still learning from it, but yeah. But yeah, he's mostly settled on that front. No problem. Glad I could help give you some insight. So after Shar, we've got Kanya Priya. If I can find it, there we go. Um, yeah, let's highlight this one. This seems to be the more appropriate one. Um, and we've sort of talked about it a bit, but um, yeah, I mean, the premise that they need to be rid of, you need to get rid of them in some way. Um, well, we'll find out if that's in the cards. I'm just saying that that assumption might be in question. So we'll see what I can get. So know what you're asking about, so come on. There we go. Okay, and you too. Which one is it? Looks like this is going to be Cosmodec. So let me switch over. There we go. Okay. And yeah, that's fine. Okay, let's get this out and see what we can get. Low battery. Yep, that makes sense. Yeah. And this particular deck has different names than traditional tarot, so I probably need to map more of them than I normally do. More in here. We're already over time, Gupta, so you can plan on another stream, but yeah, today we won't have time for it. Sai, we will get to your question though. Thanks for waiting. Do we have more? Or do we have it all? Okay, do we have some sort of... some sort of order? Those two have something. That's basically just clarity, isn't it? Okay. So 3 cards. This seems the bigger point than this. This one almost seems as if it's just clarifying the previous 2. So life map, the bridge. This is normally the moon, and life on Earth. I want to say that's the world in the normal tarot. I need to double check this one. I want to say the Hermit is 9. Can't remember what 10 is. Yeah, I need to know the life map so I can anchor this, because that was the main one, or at least the lead, so to speak. So let's see. Here we go. So normally the Wheel of Fortune, cycles, free will, and fate are the things associated with this. When you pull life map in a reading, it is to alert you to a larger cycle of experience and understanding. What is happening now will shape your future. There are moments in life where you will be victorious and moments where you will fail. If things are feeling tough right now, know that you will learn from these lessons and come out stronger than before. Life is full of ups and downs. While some parts of fate are inevitable, there's still free will. If things are not going the way you had hoped, then make a change. Yeah. So, oh, so the first one on the left, life map, it's normally the Wheel of Fortune. Um, the next one is the bridge. That's normally the moon in a traditional tarot deck. And then the third one, the clarifying one, is life on Earth. And in a normal deck, that would be the world. So this deck has different names compared to a traditional tarot. But the meanings are similar. So yeah. Let me go ahead and read the bridge. We'll probably just come back for an overview, so to speak. Not that one. And this again would normally be the moon. Unconscious, illusions, intuition. The bridge is a card about illusions. If you pull it in a reading, it can either be a warning or something around you is not what it seems, or it could be a call for you to pay attention to your unconscious self. We all have desires that are not necessarily resting on the surface. Sometimes we are unaware of what we want most in life. The bridge is only a metaphor for this. In time, you will see that it is constructed of only your own illusions. Yeah. I don't know that you're going to like this reading, but let me finish with life on Earth, normally the world. Fulfillment, harmony, completion. Life on Earth has existed on this planet for billions of years, and you are here witnessing it. When you see this card in a reading, take it as a wonderful sign. It asks nothing of you but appreciation. Breathe in the air, feel it in your lungs, and exhale back into the universe. You are alive, and that is enough. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, bridge would be moon. Life map would be Wheel of Fortune, and life on Earth would be the world. Yeah. So, not at all, I think, what you wanted. Um, yeah. Let me get back to life map, but it's really an acceptance that life is a lesson, and you've got one you're learning right now. Not one you like, but yeah. I mean, there's the note, if things are not going the way you had hoped, then make a change, but I don't, that's not really resonating with me, so I don't think that's as applicable to your situation. I think the bigger issue is the bridge. Things aren't what they seem. So I don't know if you've got an assumption that's wrong that you're working with. Whether you're perceiving them incorrectly, your villains, or if your understanding of the situation isn't correct, um, it's suggesting something there is amiss, and it's throwing off your perspective. And then life on Earth is saying, accept this. Really, um, this is a lesson. Learn from it. Um, you still haven't figured it out yet. You'll have to deal with the bridge first to the moon. But yeah, so this isn't optimistic for a change for the better, at least as far as um, mm, I mean, as far as your husband being blind and whatnot, I mean, that would be fine if this were reading for him, but this is reading for you. So, um, yeah. I mean, there might indeed be a fault with your husband that you've blinded yourself to, which is part of what's causing the situation. That could be something. That's just speculation at this point, though, because yeah, we don't really know what assumption you're building with on the bridge that's skewing your perspective. Yeah. Um, so done with the reading. Um, Speaking personally, um, I don't think the people you see as your enemies are really your enemies. Um, I think your husband is probably the one who has indeed changed and probably isn't going to change back for the better. That's going to hurt. You're going to because you're going to stick it out for a while, but then eventually you're going to realize that it's him. How you proceed from that point, I'm not quite sure. I think for most people that would be a divorce, but um, yeah. Um, yeah. Well, so I've given you the reading and I've given you my personal take on probably what's going on. But um, go ahead and clarify what you're asking about. Well, I mean, it's fine. Um, that's just the sense getting from the cards based off of what I'm reading. Um, that seems like the probable outcome. And again, I was saying that personally. That's how I see that playing out as a tarot reader. I mean, we gave you a read on the present state, so no, I didn't see divorce. As a person, I see that's probably how it would play out in the end. That's why I tried to be clear. Done with the reading, personally, how I see that playing out and what's going on. So, by all means, take that part with a grain of salt. That isn't divine inspiration. That's just me. But we did the tarot reading. That part's good. Right. And I would expect that. And I know you think it's just a matter of time before he comes around. Um, and maybe that's the case. Maybe it plays out that way. Um, but it's not guaranteed to. Okay. All right. And yeah, we're running low on battery. So Sai, definitely our last person. And you dropped that back in. So thank you very much. The job in the school. I submitted details there. Okay. Yeah, that seems like a Prisma question. So let's go ahead and get that ready. No problem. Thanks for waiting. Okay. Okay. That was it, right? Yeah. Okay. So we got yes, no. Let me go ahead and pop that guide. I just need to check if there's extra information in the cards. So let me show that and then I can take a moment. if we have questions, I think we'll be able to get answers. So our 3 cards. Let's go ahead and flip. 4 of Swords, Queen of Chalices, Judgment. Oh, sorry about that. Let's check. 4 of Swords, that's neutral. Okay. Queen of Chalices should be a yes, and then Judgment. So that also seems to be yes. So positive outcome is likely, but may take time to come about. And yeah, so let me go ahead and set this down. I'll glance at the 4 of Swords, Queen of Chalices, see if I've got extra information there. Because it'll probably, if we have something, it'll probably explain why it takes time. Take this time to restore and reflect. Amass your strength and gain perspective. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know if the people evaluating will need a pause or if there's a break of some sort. But I mean, you can go ahead and take advantage of that time for yourself. But Queen of Chalices, we have anything there? Trust your intuitions. Reach out to others. Find what makes them thrive and delight. So yeah, you might need to follow up after a while. So I mean, give it the usual couple weeks or whatever, and then reach out. But yeah, for a moment, you've got a bit of a break. So yeah, seems like a yes. It'll take a little bit, but yeah. All right. So that will conclude for today. Thanks for joining. Fun doing readings for you guys. Yeah, I'll go ahead and pop the schedule just in case people check that at the end. But I mean, on Twitch, there's a schedule. I don't know that other sites have. Well, if we weren't able to answer your question, no problem. You can catch me on one of the other streams. Do what we can to stream regularly. And so convert to your own time zone as appropriate. But yeah, have a good day. Have a good weekend. And until next time.